Hello and good day. My name is Aisha Putra. My group will present about the culture coral and sea anemone. For my part, I will present about culture coral on fragging technique. Coral fragging, otherwise known as propagation, is the act of taking an established coral colony and cutting or breaking it into smaller colonies and securing them to an artificial substrate or directly to the natural reef. There are several different fragging techniques. In these fragging techniques, it consists of two main parts, which the first part is creating the fragment. The first technique is chipping method. This technique is simple and involves using a chisel or screwdriver and perhaps a tap hammer to remove fragments from the mother colony. This method works best with encrusting corals. The second technique is snapping method. The snapping method is also easy to execute and is best used for small polypstony corals or the branching varieties of large polypstony corals with relatively thin branches. Using wire cutters or bone cutters, squeeze the handle and twist to snap off a branch or blade. The third technique is the shearing method. This practice is best for soft-bodied coral species and involves using scissors to separate fragments from the lobes or branches. The fourth technique is the slicing method. Scissors will work for this technique, but a scalpel or razor blade is the best tool for the job. This technique is ideal for soft coral species, which are difficult to cut with scissors. The fifth technique is the sawing method. Sawing is often most effective for stony corals with thick branches or massive growth forms. This method is the most difficult to achieve and requires a high level of precision. And for the second part is attaching techniques. There are several attachment methods to choose from, including the glue method. Simply place a small amount of superglue or similar adhesive to the frag plug or live rock. Then press the frag onto the substrate for about 30 seconds until fully secured. When using this method, be sure that both the frag and the substrate to which it will be attached are dry. The second technique is the rubber band method. Securing the frags with rubber bands is an excellent solution for leathery species that produce slime. For best result, try to select an irregularly shaped live rock and place the frag in a depression of the surface area. Then, use a rubber band to adhere the pieces. The third technique is impaling method. A small and single puncture is imposed on the frag by using plastic toothpick. Then, attach the toothpick to the rock or frag plug with rubber bands or glue. This method is suitable for corals that are too slimy to glue or attach with rubber band. Next is the example for fragging techniques. The first one is snapping and glue method. Thin snips can be used to cut a fragment prior to attachment to an aragoncrete plug using epoxy. Besides chipping and glue method, a chisel is used to chip a fragment from the donor colony which is attached to a plug using glue. Lastly, slicing and impaling method. A scalpel is used to slice a fragment that is screwed on a toothpick and attached to coral rubble using an elastic band. Next, I will proceed to the culture sea anemone, which I will present about culture species. The first species is Fimantus crucifer, commonly known as flower anemone, the beaded anemone, red-beaded anemone, or rock flower anemone, is a species of sea anemone in the family Fimantidae. The disc, flat and edged with about 200 short tentacles, may grow to 15 cm across. The column, fully extended, may reach 15 to 20 cm in length with a diameter of 51 to 76 mm in large individuals. However, most individuals have only half this length and diameter. It inhabits the sandy bottoms. The second species is Anthocmene cordicolor, commonly known as bubble-tip anemone, is a species of sea anemone in the family Actinidae. This sea anemone can grow to be up to 30 cm in diameter. These specimens tend to show the bulbous tips on their tentacles. Large adult specimens are often found in deeper waters with more dimly lit conditions, while smaller, younger specimens are often located in groups or colonies nearer to the surface in bright sunlight. The third species is Heteractis crispa, also known as purple-tip anemone, leathery sea anemone, or long-tentacle anemone. It is a species of sea anemone belonging to the family Stichodactylidae. It is characterized by a flared pearl disc which reach between 20 to 50 cm in diameter and with multiple and long tentacles measuring 10 to 15 cm. These tentacles have rounded tip and the end is often colored with a purple or blue spot. The column is gray in color and dotted with sticky whitish warts. This sea anemone prefers hard-based substrates slightly covered with sand. The fourth species is Cerianthus membranacus, commonly known as the cylinder anemone, tube anemone, or colored tube anemone. It is a species of large tube-dwelling anemone in the family Cerianthidae. The oral disc can have a diameter of up to 40 cm. There are two holes of tentacles. Those in the outer hole are long and slender and are used for catching prey. Tentacles in the inner hole are shorter and function to transfer captured food to the central mouth. The fifth species is Macrodactyla dorensis, commonly known as long tentacle anemone or corkscrew tentacle sea anemone. It is a species of sea anemone in the family Actinidae. It has relatively few tentacles. They are all similar to one another in size and color, being purplish gray to brown. Each grows to about 4.5 cm. The oral disc is normally purplish gray to brown and sometimes has a green cast. It grows to a maximum of 5 cm wide, and this species is commonly found at depth of 5 meters or less in muddy bottoms. These are the YouTube videos links on the fragging techniques. These are the references. That is all from me. Thank you.